this amount of experimentation happening in the industry, that means that there's a lot of things that are going to be solved that we have yet to see.
So there's a lot of discussion happening around computing trends. What's the next thing? There was a training era, there's an inference era, now both things happening together. There's a client discussion, there's a cloud discussion, there's significant investment happening across. And obviously we have this partnership from edge to cloud. What are we seeing as a team, when our teams are working together, some of these trend lines? Are we seeing anything interesting coming down the road in the next few years?
I think in general, we're still at the very early stage of deploying AI into usages. I think that's also you look at the breadth of our collaboration, from automotive to clients to our announcement on NVLink Fusion partnership. So you have to sort of invest in the entire end-to-end. And I think that's sort of one aspect of it. But the thing that, at least to me, I get very excited about products like the DGX Spark, because that's really there not just as a solution of something that you can use and deploy today, but it's also there to help scale the infrastructure, scale the solutions, get these solutions into developers' hands. And some of the things that they're going to solve are things that they know right away. But I think it's also if you look at the downloads of models, look at Hugging Face, over 50 million downloads of models. There's a lot of people experimenting, and that's what's exciting right now is this amount of experimentation happening in the industry. That means that there's a lot of things that are going to be solved that we have yet to see.
There's so much going on. It's about enabling the developers to create those new things. So that in itself is a trend. But there are a few other things happening, right? I mean, the whole reason for this is there's a belief that a lot of the work can be done on models up to 200B. It's not just about trillion parameter models. It's not just about godlike huge LLMs requiring gigawatt scale data centers. A lot can be done locally, and models are becoming cheaper. Model development is getting cheaper, and then you can do a lot locally. So somebody mentioned, do you really care if your HR chatbot is an expert in advanced physics? Not really. It's fine-tuned to the use cases. Focused. So a lot of that work is done locally on devices like this. So we believe one of the biggest trends will be fine-tuned, purpose-built models for specific use cases for enterprise, for users, for researchers. And that in itself creates a lot of new use cases and trends that we all are looking forward to.
If you look back in the early 2000s, right, at some point there were more humans, there were less apps. And now there are more apps, and there's, apps have and that'll be one tipping point. How does a technology like, say, the work we've been doing on DGX, or even the design work we've been collaborating on for things like GB10, how is that going to enable that agentic AI proliferation?
Some of these products are built to Spark enables up to 200 billion parameter models that you can fine-tune and other things with it. But what it also allows you to do is to use multiple models and stitch them together so that you can get that flow and evolution where you can now have multiple different aspects of AI models stitched together so that you can get an entire workflow that adjusts and is optimized for you and your use case. And I think that's where you get back to everybody would like to be in a world where these LLMs remember the conversation with you. And to PD's earlier point, they're focused on the domain that you care about in that instance. So I think you're going to see more and more of that customization where it can take multiple steps, not just answer one question and get back to you, but multiple steps and customize solutions for the specific domain or use case that you want to have. That's really what a lot of people want. If you think for education, would you not love to have a tutor for your kids that can be an expert in physics when your kid is struggling with their homework? Those type of solutions are going to be fantastic.